yet, here you are. Look who's still breathing, still walking, still grinning like you know something they don't. They're gathering around monitors right now, replaying that footage for the 100th time, pointing at the screen with trembling fingers, asking the same question over and over. How are they smiling? I'll tell you exactly why you're smiling. Because while they were writing your obituary, you were writing your comeback. While they were picking out funeral flowers, you were picking apart their weaknesses. While they measured you for a coffin, you measured the exact distance between their expectations and your resurrection. And that smile, that's not happiness. That's the face of someone who just discovered immortality tastes like irony. Let's rewind the tape, shall we? Back to when they cornered you. Back to when they thought they had you figured out. Filed away, case closed,
all those people to come after one person, they must feel so brave. They must feel so courageous, especially the men. To have all these people come after one person, it's got to be somewhere in the back of your mind where you're like, damn, like I don't have no nuts compared to this individual.
in pieces. They threw everything at you. The betrayal, the abandonment, the public humiliation, the systematic destruction of everything you built. They wanted you gone, not just defeated, but erased, deleted from existence like a typo in their perfect little story. But
they tried to put their worst nightmares on me, but my nightmares are not their nightmares, or I should say their nightmares are not my nightmares. Yeah.
Here you are on camera 347 AA, walking through the wreckage they created, not crawling, not limping, walking. And that smile on your face isn't forced or fake or desperate. Nope, that's the smile of someone who just realized the joke was on them the whole time. Because they didn't kill.
Remember we looked up Lugo's Carlisle iodine in Gematria? It said, I'm the one laughing now.
You. They killed the version of you that was holding you back. Nobody survives this, they said. Like they were doctors delivering a terminal diagnosis. Like they'd seen this movie before and knew how it ended. They had statistics, case studies, examples of everyone who'd faced what you faced and crumbled into dust. They spoke with such certainty, such authority, like they were reading from a script written by fate itself. But here's what they didn't understand. You were never nobody. You were always the exception, hiding in plain sight, the glitch in their matrix, the variable they forgot to account for in their equations. While
I've already accepted that I'm either going to be people's heaven, or I'm going to be people's worst nightmare. There's no in between with me. Either I'm going to be heaven personified, or I'm going to be somebody's worst nightmare. I love it.
They were calculating your expiration date. You were calculating something else entirely. The exact amount of pain.
Let me tell you what I used to do with these people, guys. Any type of connection, social connection I would have, I don't care if I found a mechanic on Craigslist. I would give it to this individual I lived with in New York and say, hey, if you ever need your car, I just acted like the perfect little angel. If you ever need your car fixed, call this mechanic or go to this shop because that's where I go. They thought that I was the dumbest motherfucker in the world. But once again, they were playing checkers and I was playing chess. Every single contact I made, y'all, I made sure that I let them know who, what, where, when, and why I was dealing with. They thought it was like taking candy from a baby. I wonder if they still feel like that now.
said no one comes back from that kind of betrayal. No one recovers from that level of loss. No one walks away from that much damage with their mind intact. And technically, they were right. The person who walked into that storm didn't walk out. Something else emerged. Something they don't have a name for. Something that feeds on the very poison they thought would kill you. You want to know why you're smiling in that footage? Because you finally understood the game. They weren't trying to destroy you. They were trying to contain you. Keep you small. Keep you manageable. Keep you human. But pain has a funny way of burning away limitations. And you let it all burn. Every comfort zone, every safety net, every version of yourself that still needed their approval. So they gathered their little council, didn't they? Decided your fate like you were some problem to be solved. This one's getting too strong, they whispered. This one's starting to see through the simulation. So they did.
I got one that can see. Y'all remember that? I tried to pretend, guys. Like, there were times I tried to pretend like, I wasn't their worst nightmare. It didn't work. They still said I got one that can see.
What cowards do when threatened. They tried to bury you alive. Professionally, emotionally, socially, spiritually. A coordinated attack designed to leave nothing standing. And for a moment, just a moment, it worked. You felt the weight of their collective rejection. You tasted the metal of betrayal on your tongue. You stood in the ruins of everything you thought mattered and wondered if maybe they were right. Maybe you were too much. Maybe you should have stayed small, stayed quiet, stayed dead inside like they all secretly are. But then something shifted. In that darkness they forced you into, you found something they never expected you to find. Not light, something better. You found that the darkness had been your home all along, that you were never meant for their sunlight. You were built for something else entirely, something that only grows in the absence of their false warmth. That's when you stopped trying to survive and started learning how to haunt. Not them, not yet. First, you had to haunt yourself. Every weakness, every soft spot, every place where their opinions still mattered. You walked through your own graveyard, collecting the bones of who you used to be. And with those bones, you built something new. Something that doesn't need permission to exist. They're studying that CCTV footage like archaeologists studying an impossible artifact, frame by frame, trying to understand how someone can smile like that after losing everything. They expected tears. They expected breakdown. They expected to see you shuffling through life like a ghost of your former self. Instead, they see you walking with purpose, with presence, with power. What they don't understand is that everything they took was nothing. Jobs can be replaced. Money can be earned. Friends who abandon you were never friends. Love that comes with conditions isn't love. They thought they were taking your life away, but all they did was clear the stage, remove the props.